Yesterday, after we got home, kind of had a long day. So I asked my daughter for a word for the PA and for the real leader brain because they're the same every day. And she said, I don't think you've done enough. And I looked and I hadn't done enough. And so I researched enough and I looked at the normal definition, all the different adjectives and nouns and things like that. It was an adjective, an adverb, a pronoun, and an interjection. And then, because I'm always in chat asking about the brain, chat said, well, hey, do you want to know about what enough is in regards to the brain? I said, sure, why not? Having an allergic day, have been, my eyes been watering for the last day. So here we are. It will water and I will persevere. So here are the brain-based interpretations of enough. The concept of enough isn't just linguistic. It is a powerful neurocognitive signal of satisfaction, regulation, and boundary recognition. And it plays a major role in decisions like when you stop eating, striving, talking, or even giving. Who knew? Everything is attached to the brain. So here is the neuroscience of enough. In the prefrontal cortex, it's the executive control and judgment. And the function is this: it evaluates goals, outcomes, and internal limits. And so its role in enough is it helps you assess whether a task, an interaction, or input has reached a sufficient point. An example of this is deciding you've studied long enough for today, and this involves your prefrontal cortex judgment and prioritization. So, yep. This is sufficient. I've had enough of this studying for today. Next is the insular cortex, and it's about introspection and awareness. And so the function is it monitors internal body signals, hunger, fullness, and your emotional state. So its role in enough is it provides a felt sense of when something is too much or just right, like knowing when you've had enough food or enough stimulation for the day. The anterior cingulate cortex monitors your conflict. And so the function is it detects internal conflict between desire and control. Now the role in enough is this: it balances impulsivity with self-control by signaling when continued action may lead to negative outcomes, overworking or overgiving. Overworking or overgiving. I was shocked when I read that. So you can overgive. That means you've done more than your fair share. You've gone above your enough and you've overgiven. Something to think about. Next is the ventral striatum and the nucleus accumbens, and we know from going over the lives and being part of the lives that that's the reward and motivation. And so the function is it processes pleasure and reward. Now the role in enough is initially it motivates pursuit. But when feedback from other regions of the brain, this amazing brain, it helps shift focus when satisfaction is reached. So it's like, ooh, give it to me. I want it. And the rest of the brain's like, hold up, calm down. That's enough of that. That's enough. And then finally, the amygdala, it's the emotional intensity. And so its function assigns emotional weight to experiences. So its role in enough is it can trigger too much, an overwhelm of stress or fear, leading to stop or retreat. Because this is I've had enough of this. I have had enough. And now you go find yourself a nice little dark corner somewhere. So here is enough as a brain-based skill. Enough is not just a feeling. It's a trained decision based on brain feedback. Real leaders, according to me, might say, train the brain to recognize sufficiency, not from scarcity, but from self-awareness and emotional regulation. Let me say that again. That was a little tongue twister for me. It's not from scarcity, but from self-awareness and emotional regulation. So now when you are thinking about enough, you have 5 different brain regions to assess your level of enough. And you can use this going forward. So if you feel overextended, it's time to study. You've had enough food. You've had enough rewards. Now you understand that it's not just, oh, I've had enough. I have had enough. But I'm full. I'm rested. I've had enough of resting. It's time for me to get back to work. Assess your enough neurologically now instead of from an emotional base, because normally it's happening in the temporal lobe and the limbic system, that left and right amygdala is popping off, and that's when you assess your enough. But you have to use the other regions of your brain to know when enough is a good thing and you've had enough when it's a bad thing, or when you need to stop and take a break. So assess your enough from this day forward.